Hey guys, this is Artosis, and I am back with another replay commentary. This is going to be MarineKingPrime against LiquidHerO, two of the absolute best players in the world. Of course, I got this off of TeamLiquid.net's replay release of LiquidHerO. And let me tell you a little bit about the map and the players. Of course, this is Antiga Shipyard, a very popular map from the ladder. It's obviously a ladder game because you can see the spawn positions, how they're very close on the bottom. If you look at the mini-map there, that means this is not some sort of tournament game. Only the ladder still uses this version. And anyways, LiquidHerO just got a top 4 in a GSL. He's just an amazingly good Protoss. Kind of underperforms for his skill, it seems. Has a hard time under pressure. Meanwhile, MarineKingPrime has an argument to be called the best player in the world right now. He's right up there with the likes of, MVP, DRG, and whatnot. He's just winning championship after championship, an amazing player. And this should actually be such a good match. I just can't wait to see who actually takes this down. We see MarineKing is walling in. No gases here for either of them. Just a regular gateway timing from here, so no Nexus first, no Command Center first, and so it'll take a minute for the builds to actually pick up, so I want to let you guys know I'm just starting YouTube up again, and I would love any feedback, like on audio levels. I'm tweaking it a little bit. If the audio is a little bit off, that's the hardest thing to really fix. It might take me a while. I'm kind of tweaking it already in this one for my last one. Also, anything with the video, stuff like that, the way that I observe if it like moves too quick and lags on screen or something like that. So guys, just please let me know about that. I'd greatly appreciate it, and I'll try to fix it, within the next few games I commentate. So anyways, let's take a look. This is changing up a little bit. MarineKing with a gas and getting a second barracks. Now, double barracks builds used to be super popular in this matchup a while back, but Protoss has got very good against them. So it's interesting to see MarineKing actually still using this build, throwing up that reactor first. He'll get a tech lab on this, make Marines and Marauders, and go over and attack. In the meantime, HerO getting his second gas. That doesn't really tell us anything yet. A second gateway. Now, there's a few things that this could be. Sometimes we do see really funny, weird little timing attacks with double gateway builds, but those are all old, and we really haven't seen any for a bit. I have seen some Protosses, though, go for 2 gates and expand off 1 stalker and just not make any more units until, after they make that Nexus. And the reason behind that is if some sort of crazy all-in comes, which has been more and more popular lately from Terran, and I'm talking like a Marine SCV all-in, then you already have 2 gateways up to start dealing with that. And if you have 1 gate, it's almost impossible. With 2 gates, you're going to have a much better chance. So anyways, up comes the SCV, and he's going to go ahead and try to deal with it. The SCV tries to see, and look at his vision. He sees that probe sitting there. Right now, MarineKing doesn't even know he has 2 gates. And if I'm MarineKing right now, I'm saying, okay, that is almost for sure a Nexus. So we see, yep, he is going for that Nexus off just 2 gates. He is mining with 2 probes off each gas, which is kind of a popular thing right now. But we do have the move out getting ready for MarineKing. Let's take a look. What is he getting right now? Concussive shells, no Stimber combat shields yet. Definitely could expand behind this. Could send SCVs for bunkering potential as well. Looks like he's going to send 1. Never a bad idea to send at least 1 here. Accidentally clicking there for a moment. And we're going to have to see if HerO's actually going to have enough to deal with this. His probe does see it coming. And we do have a couple more sentries on the way. He does have a single stalker out on the map, but it's actually up here. And this is because he didn't scout yet. And, wow, I was so busy explaining stuff I didn't notice that. And that's going to make him even more trouble. This is a scary army with very few units. Beautiful force field there, locking in just 1 Marine so his sentries could kill it without any loss. And it looks like this SCV being really worth its weight in gold right now, putting up that bunker. He could force a kill on this Nexus. Now, we do have an Immortal on the way. That 1 stalker sitting outside, he just wants to pick some units off with that. We'll see how many he can actually get. He has to be careful. And look at that, has to cancel. And now MarineKing has taken a nice little lead here. But this is not an unwinnable position for HerO. MarineKing making this bunker still. It'll be interesting to see if he makes any more. This is not the optimal place to stop units from moving down. They can always move down here and then attack it. So I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't really use this bunker as well, unless he makes a second one. Now back at MarineKing's base, command center on the way, combat shields as well. MarineKing trying to push up the ramp, seeing what he can get done here. Probably not very much though. You know, with that double gateway, he was able to get enough sentries out to feel safe. He has the Immortal out. He's getting another sentry. He's actually going to be completely fine for now. In fact, he's adding 2 gateways and a warp prism. Now this is going to be a deadly counterattack that we're going to see out of HerO. He's going to be able to bring that warp prism to not only see high ground, but perhaps throw units up there and make MarineKing basically decide, where do I send my units to defend the ramp or up high now. Ooh, look at this deadly dance we're seeing. He's got to be very careful. If he loses the Immortal, that's a huge win for MarineKing. Now MarineKing being very careful here. He'll probably go home relatively soon. Knowing that the Immortal is out, he's going to know that, hell, by now there could be 2 Immortals out, and you have to be careful with that. Now look at this. Oh, it looks like he wants to do some harassment. And with 4 gateways, look, this is what he can do. He can force field the ramp against these units running up, but with his additional units, he can run over here, start harassing, and also, if these units come all down the ramp, there is also the possibility of force fielding the ramp by landing up on the high ground. So we'll have to see exactly what he wants to do here. Bringing down that Stalker as well that was harassing a little bit earlier. And I can't wait to see what he's actually going to be able to do with this. He doesn't have a lot of range units, so he does still have to be very careful. Doesn't want to overcommit with this Warp Prism either. MarineKing going to have to be very careful with his micro. Stim is not done yet. He does have combat shields. So nice force shields going off, and it looks like HerO should be able to pick off all these units. Take a look at this. He's actually killing off all those Marines and Marauders. And in fact, on the high ground now, this is a very measly group of units. And with another warp in, he's going to be fine. But look, also back here at the same time, nice force shields coming down. He has plenty of energy, but he's got to be careful. Oh, loses the sentry with all that energy. A little bit sloppy by HerO, trying to micro on 2 fronts, and MarineKing taking advantage of this, walking up immediately. But with that Colossus popping out, as long as he has a few units, he should be fine. And going to try to target that down, but with no stim, it's hard to say if he'll actually end up getting it. Looks like he's losing a little bit over there as well. He's got to run away with this Colossus. It's a very important unit to keep alive. 9 hit points left, and it looks like he'll just barely save that. An awesome and important save. But MarineKing, let's take a look. What have we lost here? Both of them have not lost a lot of workers. Both of them have lost a good amount of units. In fact, HerO's lost quite a few and a lot of important sentries. You know, it's too bad he was so focused microing over here that that additional sentry was getting hit. He was the one in the front, and he had enough for a couple more force fields. So he could have held this easily, had a full hit point Colossus, but it is the hardest thing in the world in StarCraft to divide your attention perfectly. And, you know, that's just a situation where he divided it well enough to stay alive, but not well enough to be in a lead afterwards. So right now we do have him re-expanding. Still not in a terrible spot. I'm not saying that he's far behind or anything like that. Now we do see some Colossus harassment. He has to be careful though, man. We're about to have Vikings pop out, and nothing counters the Colossus drop like Vikings. So here we go. They are coming out. Oh man, he's going to be in some trouble here. He's going to have to drop that Colossus at the very last second. Can he actually save this Colossus though? He needs to kill that Colossus off, and he does end up getting it. That was actually an okay trade. Not a huge deal there that he lost both those Vikings, at least killing off the Warp Prism and the Colossus. But HerO does have a scary amount of units. 5 sentries is nothing to be scoffed at. Looking over at what MarineKing has here, just Marines, Marauders, some Vikings popping out. Medevacs would be better at this point, and also this factory, very good. Oh, nice catch on that Marauder. He's picking off whatever he can, wherever he can. Now, this factory really going to mess up the AI. Look at this. A lot of soccer's going to fire at that. He has to be very careful with his targeting here. Nice stim away by MarineKing. And HerO just going to continue to move forward, even though his Zealots are, for the most part, trapped. And he does not have necessarily the best concave here. He's got to be careful. MarineKing stimming forward, and it looks like he may be able to pick off a lot of these sentries. So many expensive units going down for HerO right now. And MarineKing getting a nice, strong lead right here. Look at the supply for HerO. It is just plummeting down to just 45. He's lost so many important units this game, and MarineKing continues to push forward. We got to take a look. What units does HerO actually have here? Not making any Colossus. He's basically just relying upon gateway units, just now starting his armor. If HerO can somehow come out of this one, I'm going to be very surprised. MarineKing in this type of position is almost impossible to beat. Now with a couple of Vikings there, he could always lift up. So HerO not making any Colossus still. The SCVs here really going to help buffer a lot. And here we go, nice stim coming in. Not enough units for HerO out. And I'm feeling like we might even have to see a GG here in a minute with these medevacs. He just does not have the damage output necessary to do anything. And, yeah, that's it. GG. Well, guys, thanks for watching, and if you liked what you saw, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/ArtosisTV.